Papa Johnny has a new fragrance to me. Came out in 2019. It's by Guess. And Guess is not a huge designer fragrance brand for popularity. But they have a lot of stuff, hit and miss on them. But the reason why I bring it up is because you can pick this up for like $16.99 at Ross. And it's a pretty decent one. But we're going to look at it. And I'm going to do an unboxing. It's still got that wrapper on it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the wrapper off without you hearing that because it gets kind of noisy in the video. And then I'll be right back. I'm back with this. I've unwrapped it. And it's Guess 1981 Los Angeles. And it's a men's fragrance. So if you can get that in there. If I'll hide, you might be able to get a picture. But I'll put a picture on there as well. So it comes in a basic box. Nothing too fancy here. You'll see. It's for $16.99, and this is what it looks like. So it's a decent bottle, glass bottle. Let's see. It's got a wood look on the lid. I'm not sure how. Oh, it just slides off. Well, it looks like it's wood, and pretty sure that's actually made out of wood there. So yeah, it says Guess on the top of the lid, and it's a wood lid, and it just pops on there like that. So that's it. Pretty simple presentation. Let's check out the atomizer. Decent. Nothing magical, but yeah, but decent. I mean, that's pretty cheap presentation. So this is a fall and winter scent, and I'll share some sites where other people have talked about this. And for example, I watched a video from specifically Chaos Fragrances. That guy's pretty good. He did a really good review of this Guess 1981 Los Angeles, and I'm going to spray it on my hand and you see what we get out of it. And I'll share the notes. The accords in this include fresh, spicy, aromatic, also warm, spicy, fruity, of course, tobacco, as that's in the notes, sweet, amber, woody, green, and citrus. So it's a pretty colorful fragrance. As that's drying a little bit, the top notes it has plum in it. Plum's an interesting one because it's kind of got a little bit of a smooth, non-citrus smell. So it's always nice when you see plum. That's a pretty cool addition to it. So plum and black pepper and bergamot. Bergamot's one of the most used notes in fragrances. It's real popular. And then in the middle, you get mint and ginger and geranium. Ginger, of course, is that spicy fruit smell. Gives it a little bit of a little pinch, a little sting in the smell. And I like that. The way that smells. And then also, as you come down to the base, after it all dries down in the base notes, these are the interesting ones. You get tobacco, amber. Amber is not super prominent, I don't think, but we'll see. And then also sandalwood, and then vetiver, which adds a nice woody, masculine note or smell or scent to it. So this is a masculine scent. And let's see what that smells like on my hand. Oh yeah, it's kind of rich. Yeah, I like this. This has got a nice, something different. A little bit different than the things I've been looking at recently. Yeah, it's rich. It's got a nice smell to it. I can see wearing this in the fall and winter nicely. Tobacco is always an interesting scent. I love tobacco scents. There's one that I have and I'll put a picture of that on here too. It's called Insurrection 2 Wild, and it's a pure Havane cologne, but it smells delicious. It's a gourmand fragrance. It's tobacco and honey, so it's got a real rich, wintry smell to it. I love that, and this has that tobacco in it, but it also has a little bit of amber and that vetiver, which when it dries down is going to smell nice. So it starts off kind of a little bit citrusy from that bergamot, fresh kind of smelling, but it is a winter scent. It is a fall scent. Not sure exactly how powerful it would be for cold winter. However, I do know that it is definitely a fall and winter scent. It's a little sweet and rich, and I think you'd like it. So if you pick this up for like $16.99, even if you were going to, have this as a gift for somebody, and give this to maybe a teenager or a young adult, it's got a real nice smell. But anybody can wear this. I'm sure you can pull it off no matter what your age is. But it would be a nice gift for somebody, a young man growing up wanting to start experimenting with fragrances. I think this will be a good one for them to start with for the wintertime or the fall, and to help them to understand that this is a winter fall. Because sometimes, I know I did this when I had Guess, and the other one I tried to remember the other day was Stetson. I had Stetson, had Drakkar, and I always just bought whatever I thought smelled good and wear it whenever. I had no idea that there were actual occasions for specific scents, and that other scents or fragrances were anytime fragrances. I didn't know that. I thought everything was an every time, anytime. If it smelled good, you wear it, but that's not the case. There are summer and spring and fall and winter scents. There are all occasion scents. There are date night scents, and there are office fragrances that are appropriate for the office or for school, and there are others that aren't. There are some that are more, for going out to a, clubbing as they call it, or going to a party or something like that are more occasional, and use those for occasions. Also, the performance on this should be pretty good. From what I've seen, it should last around 6 to 8 hours. And again, if you wear it on your clothing, that'll make it last longer. So it should work pretty well and perform pretty well. And I think because of the notes that are in it, it'll probably have some decent projection. And you may not have to put a lot of this on, because it's a sweeter fragrance and spicy fragrance, tobacco fragrance. So you probably can get away. This will probably last you a while because you don't have to put a lot on. So that's it. I just want to share this with you. You pick it up for about $16.99 at Ross is where I got it. You probably buy it other places as well, and pretty decent fragrance.